So, according to American height standards, especially for females, no, I'm not being sexist, I'm just being medically knowledgeable. I am literally a freaking giant. I am so tall, I hover above my peers, and it is so awkward. Just imagine going from somebody that was below average height, and I was always intimidated, and then turning into this giant, being the intimidator. Now this didn't always bother me until one day when I was hanging out at the mall with some friends, and they started fangirling, you know, like we do, and they were like, man, everybody over there is a literal giant, and I was like, well, what's their height? So we sit down, we're Googling their heights, and all of a sudden, they're my height! That's not tall, that's a me. The one thing I hate about my height is especially when I'm talking to people that are shorter than me, because the only thing that's crossing through my mind that causes me to not pay attention to what they're saying, I have a double chin already, and then when I look down at people to talk to them, it causes me to have a triple chin. Like, and I'm just sitting there like, oh god. One of the best feelings ever is to be hugged by somebody taller than them, or what seems like somebody taller than them, like being somebody standing on a ladder and hugging you, or being extremely tall. When you actually hug somebody that's taller than you, it makes it 20 times better because it's such a rare occasion. No, come back. You're not leaving now, you're stuck with me forever. So, when it comes to hugging shorter people, it is so adorable because you could just like squish them up like the small bean there are. So it's just like having a real live stuffed animal. And then they shower you in compliments and they're like, oh, you're such a good hugger. And you're like, no, you don't understand. And then you never want to let them go and you're just like, I'm kidnapping you now. No, hugs. Side note. Obviously, in both scenarios, whether you're getting hugged by a taller person or a shorter person or even somebody your same height, it doesn't matter. Hugs are always a good thing. You should always accept them. Unless it's from an ex-murderer and then they're gonna chloroform you. Is trying to get something on a shelf that does not match their height level. But when you are literally floundering around on the floor like a fish because it's on the bottom shelf at the very back. Traumatizing, I know. Add that with not being able to get up or you're in a time crunch so you're trying to speed rush and you're just, it's a mess. But on the contrary to that, reaching things on the top shelf is an ease, and it's so funny because everybody's like, oh my god, how did you reach that? I thought you'd have, no. I was blessed with the heights. Whenever I need to reach something at the very top of the shelf, I just go, boop, it's mine now. Most everybody's shorter than me, so I'm just gonna say people. But the people that I walk around are immensely intimidated by me. And that's a good thing, because if they happen to be picking on my friend, get out the way, nerd. Or they happen to say something that I don't like, I literally just look at them and I'm like, and they just like scream and run away. Plus, I'm a pretty hefty girl, so my size intimidates them as well. It could be really bad, because if you walk up to somebody to just make friends with them, they automatically assume you're this like aggressive person and you're just like wanting to beat them up, whatever. Especially if you wear a lot of black, because that's my entire closet. I have no friends to talk with. Hi! You're like, I just wanted to be friends. You can't have your back popped. You just have to suffer in this pit of agony. You either have to twist it out, which does not feel the same, or you have to try and like lean over something and hope the chair or whatever you're sitting on doesn't fall. Because then that just leads to a whole nother problem. Every teenager is lazy, right? No. Because if you're tall and the rest of your family is short, every 2 seconds somebody needs something from an upper shelf. Hey, Nurse Ratchet! Yo, what up? I need help getting the nuts. They're too tall. Thanks. And you're just like, I do not want to get this right now. I'm trying to read my book. You cannot lose a friend.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go get some drinks.
Because you can just stand up to your full potential, look out over the abyss of the crowd, and you can spot said friend. For some reason, people don't like to answer their phones, so you just have to be like, where are you? Where? Use your giraffe neck, just make it go and then go find them. Scream out and tell me if you think I'm wrong or what has happened in your experience, whether you're tall or short or the in-between. Especially for countries. Maybe I'm average height in your country, whereas I'm above average here in America. Stupid Americans. And don't forget to take your medicine.